In September 2023, the state of New Mexico reported the following statistics regarding missing persons. Missing persons. 246 cases were open and actively being investigated. Resolved cases. 809 cases had been successfully resolved. Additionally, there were reports of unidentified persons. Unidentified persons. 149 cases remained open, awaiting identification. Resolved cases. 98 unidentified persons had been successfully identified. Furthermore, there were cases of unclaimed persons. Unclaimed persons. 7 cases were open, with efforts to locate family or guardians. Resolved cases. 3 unclaimed persons had been successfully placed with caregivers or guardians. In 2021, the United States faced a disconcerting and urgent issue. Nearly 28,000 reports of missing children, a statistic that starkly underscores the need for immediate attention. Even more concerning, by the end of the year, almost 3,000 of these children were still unaccounted for, emphasizing the critical imperative to ensure their safety and well-being. These numbers, as reported by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, serve as a sobering reminder of the complex challenges surrounding child disappearances in the country. Within the Mountain West states, New Mexico experienced a particularly troubling trend, witnessing a staggering increase in the number of missing children. By the end of 2021, New Mexico had 74 active cases, marking an alarming fourfold rise in comparison to 2020. This concerning trend is a matter of deep concern, especially when we explore the underlying factors contributing to these cases. Limi Kong Sofer, the Director of Case Management at NCMEC, shed light on some of these factors. Many of the reports of missing children can. Limi Kong Sofer underscored the pivotal importance of raising awareness about missing children and disseminating messages of prevention and hope. She highlighted the ease with which the public can contribute, by simply sharing posters of missing children on social media, thereby facilitating a collective effort to bring these children home safely. The increase in the number of reports of missing children from 2020 to 2021 can be attributed to several factors associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Limi Kong Sofer, these factors include stay-at-home restrictions. The pandemic's stay-at-home restrictions, which encompassed lockdowns and school closures, led to feelings of confinement that may have driven some children to run away from home. Visitation rights. Concerns about COVID-19 transmission, particularly in shared custody situations, created uncertainties, resulting in some children not being returned to their families as planned. Online predators. The pandemic witnessed a significant increase in reports of online predators attempting to lure children, fueled by the surge in virtual activities and online interactions during lockdowns. The COVID-19 pandemic brought unique challenges and stressors, impacting the lives of many, including children. These challenges likely played a significant role in the rise of missing children reports. Organizations like NCMEC have been actively engaged in raising awareness, providing support, and addressing these issues to prevent child disappearances and ensure children's safety remains paramount. As of July 2022, the National Missing and Exploited Kids website reported 143 missing persons in New Mexico, underscoring the ongoing challenges of keeping track of and safeguarding vulnerable individuals. In New Mexico, a series of alert programs has been established to address missing persons. Amber Alert. This critical alert is activated when a child under 18 is abducted and believed to be in imminent danger of serious harm or death. The stringent criteria for activation ensure a singular focus on the child's safety. To activate an Amber Alert in New Mexico, the following criteria must be met. Non-family or custodial abduction. There must be compelling evidence of an abduction, specifically one involving a child aged 17 years or younger. The abduction should not be a result of family or custodial issues. Child aged 17 or less. The abducted individual must be a child aged 17 or younger, emphasizing the need to protect the most vulnerable members of our community. Specific and valuable information. There should be precise and relevant information available about either the abductor or the child. This information must be of such value that its dissemination to the public would aid in the recovery of the child. Imminent danger of bodily harm or death. There must be a credible and well-founded belief that the abducted child is facing an immediate threat of physical harm or even death. This criterion underlines the urgency and seriousness of the situation, prompting swift and effective action. Silver Alert. Designed for missing adults aged 50 or older with irreversible brain disorders, such as Alzheimer's or dementia. This program aims to swiftly locate vulnerable adults who may be unable to care for themselves. In the event of a missing person report and following a thorough investigation, the Department of Public Safety will initiate a Silver Alert if an independent evaluation confirms that the missing person meets the criteria for such an alert. The department will establish and put into action Silver Alert protocols with the goal of swiftly disseminating information about the missing person. These procedures will encompass the following. 1. Promptly informing the designated lead station responsible for the Silver Alert. 2. Alerting other relevant public and private media outlets and the general public as deemed necessary. 3. Furnishing comprehensive information pertaining to the subject of the Silver Alert, including all distinguishing details, to the lead station and other media sources. Brittany Alert. Similar to the Amber Alert, this system notifies law enforcement when an individual with severe physical, mental, or developmental disabilities goes missing, providing a lifeline for those who require specialized care. Endangered person. This category includes individuals at immediate risk of harming themselves, others, or being harmed by someone else. It also encompasses those who have been victims of specific crimes and individuals with various health conditions or disabilities. Information about these missing individuals is disseminated to the public through the Department of Public Safety Missing Persons website, underscoring the significance of community involvement in locating them. These alert programs, in conjunction with the collaborative efforts of law enforcement, media, and the public, play an instrumental role in addressing and mitigating the challenges associated with missing persons in New Mexico. Public awareness and cooperation are essential components of these efforts, ensuring the safety and well-being of all community members, particularly those most vulnerable, such as missing children and endangered individuals. A Brittany Alert signifies a notification concerning an individual at risk, who is a reported missing person and for whom there is clear evidence of a developmental disability as defined in subsection A of Section 28-16A6 NMSA 1978, and where the person's well-being or safety is in jeopardy. 28-16A6. Eligibility. To determine eligibility for assistance and services. A developmental disability refers to a severe, enduring condition in an individual that arises from a mental or physical impairment, which may result from brain trauma or a combination of mental and physical impairments. Becomes evident prior to the individual reaching the age of 22. Is anticipated to persist indefinitely. Leads to significant functional limitations in 3 or more of the following key areas of daily life. A. Self-care. B. Understanding and expression of language. C. Learning. D. Mobility. E. Self-guidance. F. Ability to live independently, and G. Economic self-sufficiency, and reflects the person's requirement for an ongoing or extended duration of specialized, interdisciplinary, or generalized care, treatment, or other support and services that are individually tailored and coordinated. In September 2023, the state of New Mexico reported the following statistics regarding missing persons. Missing persons. 246 cases were open and actively being investigated. Resolved cases. 809 cases had been successfully resolved. Additionally, there were reports of unidentified persons. Unidentified persons. 149 cases remained open, awaiting identification. Resolved cases. 98 unidentified persons had been successfully identified. Furthermore, there were cases of unclaimed persons. Unclaimed persons. 7 cases were open, with efforts to locate family or guardians. Resolved cases. 3 unclaimed persons had been successfully placed with caregivers or guardians. October 22, 2022 marks the inaugural Missing in New Mexico Day, a legislative initiative aimed at uniting families of missing Indigenous individuals with law enforcement agencies. This event, hosted by the Department of Public Safety, will be held at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center in Albuquerque. Native American women in New Mexico face the highest homicide rate among all racial and ethnic groups, as reported by the Task Force for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Relatives established in 2019. New Mexico Indian Affairs Department Secretary, Lynn Trujillo, highlighted that this event is essential for sharing resources and maintaining visibility on this pressing issue. It also serves as an educational platform for those unfamiliar with the crisis affecting Indigenous communities. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham signed Senate Bills 12 and 13 in February, which created a dedicated position in the Attorney General's Office for Missing Persons and established Missing in New Mexico Day. Trujillo encouraged the families of missing persons to participate in the event, as well as anyone willing to offer support. She stressed the importance of bringing updated photos, dental records, medical records, or any relevant information that could aid in filing reports or updates. Currently, there are 192 missing individuals on the Federal Bureau of Investigation's list of Native Americans verified as missing in New Mexico and the Navajo Nation.